Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Robert Hollis Jr. here. I just want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to jump on our Wednesday live Ask Us Anything Q&A. I just absolutely love doing this every single Wednesday because we get so many different questions from a range of different people. And I think it's just such an amazing platform for people to jump on for quite a few different reasons. One is I think it's a really, really good place to invite brand new people that you have on your team for a couple of reasons. Sorry, I'm going to mute you guys there. We had a little bit of background. One is that, obviously they can kind of get the questions, the answers to their questions if they're just looking at unlimited profits for the first time. They may or may not know if they want to get started, or they're not sure how the system works, so they can obviously jump on here, of course, maybe after yesterday, after the Tuesday overview, but also it really helps people make a decision because they can see, how much support they get with unlimited profits. Excuse me. I was actually speaking with a gentleman today, and he said that, he's been on, he's actually joined several quote-unquote internet marketing companies and, several quote-unquote training companies. And, after he put his credit card in to purchase the training, that's all he ever got from the company was an email. He never got a call from somebody. There was never live support that somebody could actually jump on and get, answers to their questions. So I think it's a great platform to kind of get the people that might be on the fence, deciding that they want to join Unlimited Profits. The second purpose is really for, it doesn't matter where you're at. We get questions from people like Melody that I see she's on here, that's, a seasoned vet that might have ran into something that she's not sure how to handle or how to move forward. Maybe brand new people that, maybe need a little help tweaking on how they're talking to people or how to use the back office. So this is really for you guys in the field, or that's how I should say it started. It was for everybody in the field that is with Unlimited Profits. And of course, the third reason, which is very, very a great way, is to basically just get on here and get trained. We do a lot of the pro mentorships and the what's and the hows, but sorry, I was trying to mute Scott there and I muted myself. There's a lot of questions that might come up in the field that you've never even thought of or never crossed your mind. And, now you can jump on a Q&A, and as you're hearing us answer people's questions, you're going, oh, that was great. I've never heard of that, but I've ran into that, you might run into that in the future. So I think it's just an amazing platform for everybody out there. So with that said, if you're watching for the very first time, if you're, I know quite a few people have joined on since, so I'm going to repost the link, but right below here on the event page in the comments, there's actually a link that you can click on and join us live and be a part of the panel here and ask us any questions that you might have. If you are maybe a little bit hesitant to jump on your first live hangout, of course, just like I see that excuse me, Bob, has his picture not there, or also you can type in the chat. I'll keep looking back to the event page, so if you have any questions whatsoever, I can go back to the event page and answer your questions as well. So with that said, we'll just get this started. I see that we have a couple superstars on here with us, Scott Kloster and also Melody Ryba, so I might field some questions to them. Or if you're watching this and, hey, maybe Scott or Melody resonates with you a little bit more, or maybe you want to learn, what they're exactly doing to help them get to the top of the company. So you're more than welcome to ask them questions as well. So as we get started here, I see the numbers keep climbing as we're going on, so I'm sure we're going to have a lot more people join. But I saw that Melody was on here first. I'm not sure if she had any questions or if she just jumped on to be a part of this. I just first off want to thank you, Melody, so much for everything that you're doing for Unlimited Profits. You're such a huge asset to the company. You're definitely one of the reasons why the company is growing so fast. And I just want to thank you first off before I open it up to you. So, first off, do you have any questions? And second off, anything that you want to add to everybody out there?
Robert, I have to give it back to you. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have achieved what I've achieved to this point if it weren't for you and your dad. Truly. And then our wonderful support staff that we have Bill and Matthew and Rebecca and all of those back there, just making sure that everything is working for us. So that's pretty awesome. And being able to call you up, and to call your father up, and introduce you guys to people that are taking a look at unlimited profits for the first time, or have just become pro because they were so excited and they saw the value, is truly, has so much value. So thank you, thank you. And no, I didn't have a question. I just wanted to, I just wanted to say, hey everybody, I'm so proud of you, and just keep rocking and rolling. This is, if I can do this, you can do it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Melody, for jumping on here. I'm going to mute your Molly. I think you got a bunch of background noise. But thank you so much, Melody, for jumping on here. And I, just thank you as well, and maybe just stay on here with us. So if anybody's want to ask you any questions as far as being the top earner for February, I'm pretty sure that you probably will be for March as well. So thank you so much. So the next person, Melody, I'm going to have to go back there. Scott, I saw you jumped on as well, brother. Is there got any other questions or anything you want to add?
Oops, sorry about that. Nothing really. I just like Melody. I want to go ahead and just say thanks, Junior, for always being there, and the behind the scenes with Bill. He's always there, but he's behind the scenes. So just want to go ahead and say that. Maybe I was thinking, what is the weirdest thing about you, Junior? What is the weirdest thing about Robert Hollis, Jr.?
The weirdest thing about me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I still like to rollerblade, I guess. I don't. Some people would. I guess that could be weird. It's funny. I love Scott because you always jump on here and ask personal questions or off the wall questions a little bit, and I appreciate you changing it up a little bit. But I don't know if that's weird or not. But for me, being now 33 years old and a father, I actually went skating last night and hit my shin so bad that I've been limping all day. And maybe that might people go, that's weird. You're a master distributor of a company and a father, but you'll still go to a skate park and hurt yourself. Yeah, whatever. I for some reason my mind keeps telling me I'm 21 and my body keeps reminding me that I'm not. So but yeah, off the wall, I don't know. I know all of us got some little weird quirks, singing in the shower or whatnot, but but thank you so much for asking, Scott. I appreciate it.
No problem, brother.
So cool. Well, I know, and once again, Scott, thank you for all you do. I know you're pioneering and really helping us move this company forward, and everything that you do, being a friend, a brother, and one of the first people to really join Unlimited Profits. I want to thank you for all you do, man.
No problem. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I know Bob got on as well. You've been patiently waiting. How you doing, Bob? I see that you're muted. You might need to unmute yourself there. Well, from your picture, it looks like you're excited, so hopefully. Bob, can you hear me okay? If not, what we'll do is up on the top part of your screen, if you roll your cursor over, there should be 5 buttons, and one of them looks like a microphone that has a line through it. So while you're figuring that out, I'll go ahead and let you figure out how to unmute yourself, and we'll turn it over to Barb. How you doing, Barb?
Good. How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. I thought that was you. I didn't know for sure because you changed your profile pic. So.
Oh, I have so many Gmails. Depends on which one I'm in.
Awesome, awesome. Well, you got any questions for us?
No, I can't think of any right now.
None whatsoever? Come on.
Oh, I know. If I might come to Phoenix in May, can we meet up?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Congratulations, by the way, on hitting diamond. Everybody give her a round of applause.
Woo! Thank you.
So proud of you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So really, if you don't got any other questions, if you think of anything, maybe unmute yourself. And if you can do me a favor, Barb, you're more than welcome to stay on here with us. But as we can only have 10 people on at a time to ask questions. So
okay.
Make sure as we keep getting more viewers, if we start getting a couple more people, if you can watch on the event page so more people can jump on, if that's okay.
Okay, sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Barb. I appreciate you.
Thanks so much, Robert Jr. Appreciate you, too.
Awesome. I see Bob. You want to try to unmute yourself again? I don't know if you can hear me or if you're trying to still figure it out. Oh, it looks like you figured it out.
Can you hear me now, Robert?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir. How you doing?
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Hey, Robert, you know, it's not a question, but I just want to give it an observation. What I did when I first joined, I joined Pro, and I did a mentorship right off the bat. But one thing I didn't do, I didn't go through the daily training. I mean, so I was totally fine just I was absorbing all the mentorship. But now I finished the mentorship just the other day, and I'm going through the daily training, and that's awesome. Oh my God, I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Yeah, I would really strongly suggest if everybody's watching this for the first time that if you are a pro member, you should really first off be focusing on that pro mentorship, because that really, it gets you how to think, changes your thinking, gets you to get over your limiting beliefs and believe in yourself and being an entrepreneur. And, the second step is that daily training is more or less like the nuts and bolts, the what to do and how to do it. There's a lot of steps back there that teach people how to set up their blog, how to reach out and, relate with people. I know, and it's funny today because I talked to somebody and they were going, I know there's one of the trainings on how to copy and paste a link, which, I know a lot of people on here probably are going, why do I need to learn how to copy and paste a link? But you guys don't understand how many people out there don't even know how to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we just want to, that's the nuts and bolts basics, and another amazing reason, and Melody is probably the hugest advocate of that, and so is Scott Kloster, is when you really know the daily training, then it allows you to always be able to point, guide, and direct your team to those trainings to get the answers to your questions. So instead of you always having to be the expert and answer those questions, basically I would have to say 95% of the questions that I get sometimes are fielded by going through the daily training. So thank you so much, Bob, for bringing that up. I believe a lot of people just, and Melody, and maybe if you can back me up on this, I've noticed that I see a direct correlation between somebody's income and the success they're having with unlimited profits. And I can go on my back office and look at them at my contact manager and see how many videos they've watched. When I see the daily training and people that's watched 40, 50 videos are usually the ones having success, and the ones that are struggling, that always have questions, maybe have watched 7 or 8 of the daily trainings. That's just the way it's been with me. Melody, how is that? Is that the same with you?
Absolutely. If people are really going through those trainings, that training is built in a way that you really can't fail if you're following it. And that's why I like those milestones that are put in there. And I know a lot of people say, well, I'm a pro, I can go all the way through it. But those milestones help you if you're really following the training and putting the training into action. You can't fail. You'll wind up here. I'm going through the pro training for my 6th time. I know, maybe I'm slacking here, but from my 6th time, the same thing with other people. All of the questions that I get usually are in those trainings. So if you're struggling, you need to go back to the training. You really do. That's what I did, and I know it worked, and I know it works for my team. So, training helps. It's there for a reason. So we can't be picking and choosing which ones we think are best for us. It's all of it.
Robert?
Yes.
So we don't hog up the hangout. Where should we be listening if we don't have questions?
On the main link that we sent out, it should be on both the Unlimited Profits pages and also on my page, and I noticed a lot of people shared it as well. So maybe if somebody watching this can shoot over, I saw Melody immediately look down at her keyboard, so she's probably sending you over the link right now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Do you have any questions whatsoever?
No. Your father's training is so brilliant. And I have a feeling he just knew me in network marketing, because boy does he speak to me. Those 23 days, we're on day 14, we get 2 a day done in the morning, and it's staggeringly good. And now I can so easily upsell to unlimited profits because of the money back guarantee. I tell every networker that, that there's just, the value that they're going to get for $99 is extraordinary. Go through the training for free, and I have no doubt that by the time you're done, you'll know that you want a lifetime relationship with these people in this company. Thank you.
Awesome, Michael. Thank you so much for sharing, and I really appreciate that. And yeah, that's one thing I always tell everybody that I work with is mentally in my mind that, you know, even if there wasn't a compensation plan attached to limited profits, is totally worth $99 a month. You know, where else can you find a multimillionaire in your local neighborhood and say, listen, I want an hour of your time once a week. How much would you charge me? You're probably looking at thousands of dollars, not even close to $100 a month. So yeah, so thank you so much, Michael, for sharing. I appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you.
And also, Bob, just to finish up with you, I know you were, I didn't want to leave you hanging there. Did you have any other questions other than just the comment of how well the 90-day training, the daily training is?
I think Melody sent you.
Okay, I'm guessing not. And I see for everybody too, I know Michael's going to jump off here, and Bob, if you don't have any other questions, we keep getting more and more viewers, and we want to make sure we have space for everybody if they want to jump on here. So if you can watch on the event page, appreciate you. So we had a lot of people jump on right away, so I'm just going to go in order from left to right. Actually, let me take that back. Let me get to Molly first, because I saw she was jumping on and off, and then I'll just start from left to right. But Molly, thank you so much for jumping on. Man, it's like a family member coming back to us. You took a week off, but I know it was for your family. But that's when you really know that you have something special in the people that you work with when they take a week vacation and you miss them, you know. So it's good to have you back, sweetie. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I just wanted to jump on, and I felt guilty that I wasn't on last week, and I've been, you know, like we just had a new baby in the family, and we had lots of birthdays, so I was actually in Las Vegas for a week, and, you know, I made a video out by my girlfriend's pool while I was there, just saying how, like, exciting it was to not have to punch a clock anymore, because, you know, I did it for so many years, and, you know, I'm not going to say that I'm all the way to replacing my income yet, but I'm almost halfway there, and I'm so excited because, you know, the belief is just beyond, and I know that I'll get there soon, and working with all the amazing people like you and just watching every day on my phone getting like, oh, we have a new diamond, oh, we have a new double diamond, oh, there's another diamond, and I'm sitting there in Vegas going, oh my God, like I'm missing this, you know. So I don't really have any questions. You know, something that came up in my mind today was how all of us can help people not let their past become who they are. I seem like I got about 3 or 4 messages today from people saying that they just didn't think they could do this, they didn't understand it, they didn't know why, you know, people weren't responding, and, you know, all I can really say, and Melody said it, you know, earlier, is just, if you're not quite getting it, just go back to the training, you know, re-listen, especially go to the thoughts or things one, because that one really hit for me, and it really helped me to create more belief that I knew that I could do this, because, you know, you can let your past get in your way. And, you know, Robert, maybe just take a couple minutes to talk about how, and I know that you have a past too, so we all do, how to not let your past dictate your future, and how not to let it ruin this opportunity for you, you know?
Yeah, well, that's a great point, and, you know, I guess the only way to quickly answer that is, you know, you can't drive into your future when you're always consistently looking in the rearview mirror. You know, your past definitely does not dictate your future. You know, a lot of people think that, you know, you ever heard the term you know, an old dog can't learn new tricks, or a leopard can't change his spots. And, you know, guys, you know, if you would have met me 10 years ago, you would not even recognize me. You know, I was, you know, here I'm somebody that has, you know, no formal education, no work experience, and a criminal background. I was one of the most negative people that you ever met in your life. I was very skeptical. I was very introverted. You know, a lot of people don't believe that about me, and I know as far as everybody on here, Melody probably has known me the longest, but for even me to do a simple Google Hangout like this, to have 20 plus viewers and to talk to people, I would have like the worst anxiety attacks. I would never wish that on anybody. I mean, much less have to get in front of a group of people and do a meeting. Oh my gosh, I mean, I literally was shaking. I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was going to throw up. I actually even went to the doctor, and they go, "Oh yeah, you're having panic attacks. Here's Xanax," and actually took drugs to maintain it for a while until I could really, get over that limiting belief and that mental block. And I just know it's hard for everybody to think that they could be better, but you just got to believe in yourself and understand that if others can do it, you can do it. How much that I've seen Molly grow since we've been working together. Oh my gosh, Melody. I once again, if you would have met Melody, 4 years ago when we started working, not the same person. Completely not the same person. I even feel like maybe if Melody was met herself from 4 years ago, they probably wouldn't even get along. Like, who is this person? I don't know. No, but so you can change everything about you if you so choose to. And it's just like anything else in life. If you want to take it that basic, is that if you want to get in better shape, or if you want to get good at something, I brought up earlier of me being a skater, that if you just work on something every day, you can change every aspect of your life. And and that really starts with not only thinking different and going through the pro mentorship, because that's really what that's designed to do, but also start hanging around with winners. As probably the biggest thing that I can suggest to everybody if you want to change any area of your life is just start hanging out with winners. Start jumping on more Google Hangouts with people. Start interacting with people more on the Facebook groups, and make new friends and talk to new friends, because you're looking at right now, we've got 10 people on here that all have the same mission, that are all positive, that are all trying to help each other. And when you hang around people like that, that's trying to lift you up in life, you can absolutely, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. So thank you, Molly, for bringing that up. I appreciate you.
Thanks, everyone. I'll jump off.
Okay, thank you. So now we're just going to go in order from left to right, because I saw a bunch of people jump on. And so we'll go to Don. How you doing, my friend?
Doing well, Robert. How are you doing?
I am doing blessed and highly favored. Nice to see you again.
Yes. Brought my son along.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, he just went pro last night.
Well, congratulations. What's your son's name?
Dustin.
Some technical issues.
Hey, Dustin. How you doing, my friend?
Pretty good.
Well, welcome to the family. Formally, I don't know if I welcomed you on Facebook yet.
Some issues.
So cool. So you guys got any questions for me?
Oh, not at the moment.
None whatsoever, really.
Well,
go ahead.
I'm sure I could come up with a few that could take up a good amount of time, but that's probably needs to be done on another format.
You know what? And unless they're personal and you don't want people to know about it, I don't mind. That's what these are designed for. The reason why they're live and recorded is you might have questions that other people have as well, and we can answer it in a group format. And also, it's training for people as well. So if you've got anything that's holding you back or that you're not sure about now that you're a pro member, go ahead and shoot. If you think it's personal and want to just do it on a more one-on-one basis, that's fine, and I understand. So either way, I can answer any questions you got. Nothing? Crickets?
Well, I was trying to figure out how to word this, but I've just kind of been running some things by a few friends of mine, and the problem I'm coming up against the most is the one word of scam. How do you get around that?
Well, as of right now, what I've spent pretty much the last 3 days doing is gathering testimonials. So facts tell, stories sell. Now, you know, when somebody says something's a scam, if you can look it up online and see 20, 30 people that have testimonials on not only how they made money within their first 30 days, but how the training and mentorship has changed their lives, you know, that's one thing that you can handle with that objection. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, so that's the positive way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is that there are people out there that are just skeptical that will say anything's a scam.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you can go on Google right now and search Mother Teresa scam. There's actually a website dedicated of a group of people that think Mother Teresa was a scam. One of the most, you know, thoughtful people that gave her whole life into giving and to helping others. There's still people that think that's a scam.
Wow.
So, you know, a quick objection if somebody says, "Well, that's a scam." Say, you know, and this is kind of, I wouldn't even go this route personally, but for everybody else watching, if you want to give somebody a zing, you know, I personally would just show them one of the testimonial videos, but the other one is saying, well, what's a scam about it? We're giving money to get education to learn how to be an entrepreneur. You didn't fall into the scam of giving somebody $30,000, $40,000 to learn to go to college, did you? You want to talk about a scam? My fiance gave $60,000 to a college, spent 4 years of her life to get a degree, and then she couldn't even get a job in the field she graduated for, so she had to get a job doing data entry. So they scammed her out of $60,000. You want to talk about a scam? Over here, it's $99.
Kaplan University.
Huh? Say that again?
Kaplan University scam.
Bingo.
Kaplan University scam.
Yeah, now I'm not saying that to blanket education. I understand there is a reason for it, and some people, you know, some colleges are great, but you know, when people just say that it's a scam, you know, they'll find an objection for almost anything. You know what I mean? You know, but if you can show them a story of like somebody like Randy that's over here, I saw him nodding his head, that, you know, struggled in home-based businesses for 3 years, and once he joined Unlimited Profits and went through the training, he was able to get a $300 a month residual income in his first 30 days with Unlimited Profits when he couldn't figure out how to make money after 3 years of being in the profession.
Ooh.
So show them Randy's story, show them Melody's story, show them Danielle's story, and if they can see stories of people that said the training's changed their lives and they're now making residual income and they still call it a scam, you should probably show them the Mother Teresa website so they can join that too.
Right.
So does that help you out at all?
Yes, it does.
Cool. So any other questions that I can help you guys out with?
That was the biggest one for me for the moment.
Okay, perfect. And what we'll do is, I know it's already getting late today, but let's set us time tomorrow that we can do a hangout and with both of you guys and make sure that we got everything ironed out and you know how to move forward, because I know you're a new pro, so I want to get you jump started on the right foot.
All right.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the family, and thank you so much for jumping on. Is this your first hangout?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. So now you're officially famous. You'll be seen by thousands of people now.
I have no objections to that.
Well, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So the next person here is Isabella. How are you doing? I see you're muted there, so you'll have to, at the very top of your screen there, you'll see a couple buttons, and there you go. You figured it out. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
I am doing blessed and highly favored. Thank you so much.
I was actually brought on by Sue. She suggested that I come on and give this a try, so here I am.
Awesome. Well, welcome.
Thank you. I do have a few questions. First of all, concerning the scam discussion that you were just having, I don't know how to put this. I'm an old-fashioned believer in brick and mortar business. Basically, you have a building, you have a product, you create it, you put it out. What makes things like Unlimited Profits so different and so reliable compared to something like a brick and mortar? I'd like to know what you think the difference is. Why is this the new money, effectively?
Let's take Unlimited Profits completely out of the equation.
Okay.
Okay. What about companies like Facebook? created the youngest and fastest billionaire ever in history out of a dorm room, and it was all based on the internet.
That's true, but they're still providing a product or a service, correct?
Yeah, but also companies like Google, companies like Amazon, companies like Instagram, Snapchat. The thing about in this day and age is that we're in the information age. The traditional brick and mortar business was so successful in its time because they didn't have the resources and the information and stuff like the internet to build their business back then.
That's fair.
Yeah. Mark Cuban, if you ever watched Shark Tank?
Yes, I'm familiar with him.
Do you know how he became a billionaire?
No.
An internet-based business. Him and his buddies had a call out of their dorm room. They came up with a program on the internet that could track all the different college football, basketball, baseball games, and they could track it so you can watch it live time and you can see the scores of your favorite teams all across the country, because most people in college can't afford to get the Dish Network $500 package to get all the college games across the world. So they not only figured that out, but then figured out how to stream them so people could watch them online. They got such a big following that somebody came in and bought them for $3 billion.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, it's just the way things are going nowadays. It's like the same thing as somebody who would say, "Oh my gosh, I don't need a cell phone." Come on, if somebody wants to call me, they can call me on my home line. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't had a home line for like 10 years. So now the only reason why I brought that up is the traditional, I guess, brick and mortar businesses do work. But once again, you said that you watched Shark Tank again, right?
Yes.
One of the biggest things that all the sharks say, wow, you got an amazing product. Your sales are low. You're trying to knock on doors and get in department stores and that's not working. Why wouldn't you just sell it online?
That's true.
Yeah, things are just changing. It allows us to market to the masses, not only more effective, but more fast. See, I'm from the traditional old school way of building a business as well. We had a huge office that we paid rent for. We had products that we had to pay to get shipped in. And, I had to drive miles and spend hours away from my family and dressed in a suit, sitting in an office all day, talking to 1-2 people at a time. And yesterday, I know she's not on here anymore, but Evelyn May was on here, and also, I guess, Melody. She tried to get a hold of me virtually all day yesterday. I did 13 meetings yesterday. Two for South Africa, 1 for London, 1 for Norway, 1 for Mexico and Ecuador, 1 for couple for Canada, probably 3 for Canada, 1 for New York, California, and I have no idea where else in the rest of the United States that I did a meeting for.
That's a lot of people, a lot of meetings.
See, so I can either adapt understanding the internet and knowing that it's the way of the future, or there's no possible way I would be able to spread my message and help as many people sitting in an office with a suit.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, and here's one other way that I'll help you, and once again, I'll turn it back over to you if it helps you answer the question, is, here's 2 options for you. One, I can teach you how to make money. Me and my father can mentor you. So now all you got to do is, do you got a job?
Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect. So what you have to do as soon as you get out of your work, I know you have family and maybe have kids and other things that you need to do, but listen, you need to put all that stuff aside because you need to become successful. So you need to leave your work and now come down to my office and spend till like 7 till 10 o'clock at night there. And I know Saturdays and Sundays are your only day off, but that means you have all day to now drive. And by the way, my office is like about an hour and a half from your house. But don't worry about that because successful people do what unsuccessful people don't. So Saturday's your only day off, so now you got to drive down to my office and spend 8 hours there so we can train and mentor you. or in the privacy of your own home, around your friends and family. You can go through the same training and mentorship I could teach you at my office, but you can just do it from home online. Which one would you rather do?
The one that involves my pajamas.
There you go.
Okay.
So does that kind of help you answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I have one other question. I'm just starting to get into. I'm going to turn it back to UP real quick. I'm just starting to get into the videos and stuff like that. I'm not getting a good grasp of what it is we're doing exactly. I know I watch the videos. I know that's the mentoring, but how do I turn that into an actual profit? I'm not too sure how that works.
Perfect. Well, very simply, how you turn that into a profit is another way that I can use this as an example is, have you ever heard of the University of Phoenix? It's the biggest online college in America.
Yes.
Okay, so we know that education is valuable.
Okay, that's true.
Right? So even if you wanted to go buy a book that was going to teach you something, you got to pay for that. If you want to go to college to learn how to be an accountant, an engineer, a lawyer, you have to pay for that. Yes,
very steep price.
Very steep price. See, it's funny because University of Phoenix does $4 billion a year in income, in profit. They have 250,000 students nationwide, and believe it or not, only 12% of them even graduate.
Why so low? Why do you think it's such a low percentage?
The same reason why so many people that wanted to be basketball players, that wanted to be musicians, that wanted to be artists are now working a 9-to-5 job because they gave up on their dream and quit. So going back to that statement is, out of all the courses that you can take, $40,000 to be an accountant, $80,000 to be an engineer, so on and so forth. Where's the course on how to be an entrepreneur millionaire?
Doesn't exist.
That's what we provide here. So now think of the millions and millions of people that A, have struggled in being an entrepreneur or a network marketer that never made any money like Randy, and I'll get to him in a second. Struggled for 3 years believing that he could be an entrepreneur, believing in the idea of residual income, but he just never went to college to learn how to. Or the millions of people out there that need to make extra money, that have never even heard of how to start their own business. See, what I think is so funny about Shark Tank, me and Dad were laughing. Me and Dad would love to go on Shark Tank because, and the amount of numbers that we have, and, think about, where would somebody, an average person, either, you look at people on Shark Tank, either A, they're geniuses and came up with just an amazing idea to fill the need or fill an area that people needed or solve a problem. Sorry, either amazing product or solved a problem. Mm-hmm. And then most of them even invested thousands of their own dollars, which the average person doesn't have thousands of dollars. So what's the best shot for Isabel to make it in America? So we've already got the platform, we've already got the idea, and now instead of investing $20, $30, $50, $100,000 of your own money to start a business, do you think you could come up with $100 or $99?
Much more likely than I am to come up with hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Bingo. So now that the unlimited profits allows us to provide education to the masses of people out there struggling for way more of affordable cost than, because there's the other option. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling paycheck to paycheck. I can't get ahead in life. Normally the number one answer of people is going, I need to go back to school. I need to come up with 10 grand or get a student loan and then dedicate, another 20 hours a week so I can go back to school to learn something to make me more money.
Your average job requires the paper. I'm in school right now. In order to do anything, it requires the paper.
So you can learn how to be an accountant to make money. You can learn how to be a lawyer to make money. Or you could just learn how to make money.
Skip the middle step altogether?
Just skip the middle stuff. I'll just teach you how to make money.
That works for me.
Cool. So does that help answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
No, thank you so much. And that was a great question. I think a lot of people got value from that, so thank you so much for bringing that up, okay? And once again, I'm not sure if we're friends on Facebook, but make sure you reach out to me personally. And anything else that you need help with, I'm here to help you. Please reach out to me. I don't know who your sponsor is, but we can make sure we can coordinate a Google Hangout, or we can just do it personally on Facebook, okay?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
So moving on forward to the right here is Jackie. How are you doing? You're muted there.
Very good. I had to unmute myself.
Long time no talk. How are you?
I know, right? Oh, very good. How about yourself? Blessed and highly favored, huh?
There you go. You already knew it.
I like that. I just saw the video on why you and your father say that every day.
Awesome.
And it's a positive thing.
Yep.
I like that. So I didn't at first have a question, but I believe you might have answered it to the last question. I think it was Isabel that she had. And I was wondering, to go a little further with that, how do you help people to make that connection? Because yesterday, you know, you talked to one of my friends, Anthony, and he called me again today trying to make the connection. Okay, now how is it you know Randy again? And how is it, you know, because of building relationships? And then if someone's in an MLM business, they have a primary business, a lot of the times they are the primary business. You know, they just want to tell you about their business and everything. They don't want to, they look at this as being a distraction. So how do you help a person make that connection? Because obviously this is not a distraction. You answered part of it with, as far as this is the education that you can have to do any business. But like, what can I tell people helping me to help them?
Yep. There's a couple different ways to answer this. One is people that are just focused and they're not open-minded, you just got to move on. Now, the second way is going back to, and I'll always say this, is that stories. If you look on my YouTube channel right now, one of the videos that you could share with him is a guy named Andrew Eaton. He's from South Africa. And he is actually, believe it or not, a top income earner in another network marketing company. And in his testimonial, he says it. He says that, you know, my company's amazing. You know, we got great products, a great comp plan. I just love everything about it. But I knew that we were lacking in the training department. So between me and you, and he said between me and you, even though he knew it was recorded online, that when he reached out to us in February, or January, was the lowest month he's ever had. Oh. And he knew something needed to change. So he reached out to all of his top reps and said, listen, you need to join Unlimited Profits. This is almost a mandatory. It's going to school. You need to invest $99 to learn from Robert. If you think the training is valuable and we can benefit from that, then I want you to call all your top reps and tell them they need to become a pro and go through this mentorship. And he looks right at the camera and he goes, going into February, I'm having record numbers. I've never grown this fast before.
Wow, I did see that. You had an interview with him, and I found that fascinating. He's from South Africa, right?
Yep.
And I found it fascinating because usually someone, because he's a top earner in his company, and usually someone who's a top earner, and that's what I'm facing in the company, is saying, you don't need this. You don't need to learn from Robert Hollis. You don't need Eric Gordon. You don't need this person.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm scratching my head like, what?
Yeah, and once again, two ways to handle that is, one is move on, and you know, it still really blows me away. It honestly does that, you know, I went to GoPro the last 4 years in a row, and by far probably one of the best, or I'll just take it back, the best event I've ever been to in my life. And it blows me away that there's still leaders and companies out there that will not promote it. And it could be really one of two things in my mind. One is they're just scared. New things, just like, not to say that Isabel was scared, but something new, something out there that people don't, people just fear what they don't understand. The second one is if you can attribute it to fear, is bottom line just ego.
Yes, and that's what I wasn't sure, because I never had that situation before where being in a network marketing company and then have to worry about the top earners worrying about what I'm doing. Because usually they suggest you go to events, you go to do this, and you come under my wing and do the napkin presentation, what have you. But I'm looking at the bigger picture, like what you said. A lot of people are you can't go to Japan and do a belly-to-belly meeting.
Bingo.
And like your father said, home meetings and some of these other things are going out. They're out of date. And if we don't learn these skills, we're just going to get left behind.
Yep. Yeah, so I mean, you know the value of it, and unfortunately, we just can't be closers and convincers. You know what I mean? Maybe the only thing is saying, well, listen, how are you learning how to build it online? How are you showing people to find people to talk to? Because that's traditionally, and George is on here, and be funny, before we started using unlimited profits, he comes to me and goes, listen, well, I talked to all my friends and family. I was able to sign up a handful of people. The rest of them said no. Well, what do I do now? Put on a suit and go walk around the mall and talk to strangers. Well, we all know how well that works. What else do you tell people? Hey, listen, slap a sticker on your car with the logo of our company and a phone number, and hopefully someday somebody calls you in traffic. Just hang in there. Let's put an ad in Craigslist so we have a bunch of negative, broke-minded people coming down to looking for a job, and we can be expert closers to bait and switch them. Not fun. Wow, what if there's a way that you could use to learn the internet to talk to millions of people that are open-minded? Would that be interesting to you? Dan, if they're not open for it, you just got to move on. For every no that you get or somebody who's skeptical, realize that Facebook has billions of people that can't wait to hear from you and hear your story.
Okay. That's really good. I like that because this is what, like I told you yesterday, this is something I've been looking for a long time, and I didn't realize people who don't go pro, they are missing out because I was crying with your father, I was laughing with your father, and I learned so much about myself. So this is awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing, and man, I just love your energy and your excitement. There's no doubt in my mind that you're going to be a force to be reckoned with on Unlimited Profits, and I know you're involved with another company as well. So I guess the best way to really get people to pay attention is just to lead by example. No doubt in my mind, you give it 3-4 months, and then they're going to be coming back to you going, hey, please, what's that one thing you're doing online? I see your numbers skyrocketing. It's like, hey, I gave you the shot later, and now I got too many people to talk to in a day. No.
All right, I'm looking for the day.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. So next one we have on here is Lay. Is that how you pronounce it? Melody saying no.
Hey, Robert.
Hi.
I'm in the wrong email.
Got it. I saw you earlier, but I wasn't sure if that was you or not. How's it going, man?
Awesome, man. How about yourself? Oh wait, why do I bother asking? Bless him.
Yeah, if I'd be doing any better, I'd be mentoring my dad.
Awesome.
So how you doing, man? You got any questions for us?
Yeah, I got two actually.
Okay.
So when you get someone like Tristan the other night, who he's really keen on it. I follow up with him yesterday, and he's like, man, I'm loving it. Like I'm already through number 7. Like this is awesome. And so I sent him a link to the overview, and he's hanging out with his family, and he goes like, oh, I'd love to do it, but I'm with family, and he's doing some stuff with family, but at the same time, he's just kind of hanging out at the house for part of the time. You ever get that kind of thing, and how do you suggest, well, man, do you think they want to watch it too, or like how, what's what's a good kind of thing to direct them?
Well, the thing about it is, though, is that, you know, you don't want to come off too pushy on people. You know what I mean? The last thing that you want to do is come across as a boss or somebody that's trying to push them. You know, the reason, honestly, 85% of the reason why people join a company is because they feel comfortable and they like the environment. So, you know, of course, you know, I know that virtually 95% of the people I talk to, you know, have extra time to go through it. And, you know, but, you know, how would you feel if, you know, you jumped in, you watched some of the videos, you know, you didn't get a chance to watch the overview, and next time I called you, I was going, listen, dude, come on. Quit being a slacker. I know you need to pay bills. You know, you need to get it together and start working, man. Quit slacking. Well, now it's like, that's the last time I pick up the phone on Junior calls. So you gotta let people work through it on their own. And what I do love about this being online is, guess what? The overview is recorded. They can watch it when they get home. They can watch it in the morning. They can watch it when they have free time on their lunch break. So you got to let people work through it on their own and work on it at their own pace. You know, all you can really do is point, guide, direct them and try to inspire them or get them to look at it. But you never want to come across as being pushy and getting somebody to do something they normally wouldn't. You know what I mean?
Right, some more. Have a whole bunch of irons in the fire.
Yeah, when they pass that threshold of being excited, motivated, they'll do it on their own. You know, it's like I once again, going back to Melody here, you know, I got a chance to spend some personal time with her, and, you know, her boyfriend Doug is going, my gosh, I got to take the phone away from her, you know, if I just want to have a different conversation or get her to go to dinner. And I, you know, finally took the phone away from her and we went to dinner and we, you know, got home and the first thing she's doing is, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got, it's like, can you chill out? Well, I remember Melody, you know, 4 years ago where she wasn't that excited to go to work or she wasn't that excited to get back to people. And now she's inspired and you know, I can't even get her to stop working.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but I mean, there's really no other way to, you know, get over that other than to just let people work at their own pace. The more you try to push people, the more they're going to pull away.
Cool.
Yeah.
My other one was, pardon me. So I've been really working on, you know, getting better at edifying you and your dad, and what, you know, I've got a few things to say about your dad. What kinds of things can I say about you? Because you're like one of the main points of contact.
Instead of me taking time to talk well about myself on a on a Q&A, what I'll do is I'll send you a couple of videos that I have on YouTube that I've done some like documentaries and stuff on me. So I can shoot you over a couple of videos, and I still feel weird about that. It's like, hey, tell me how great you are and what I should say about you. I don't know why it's kind of like I still look at myself as a humble skater, but I'll send you over some videos and stuff so you can see you know, some of the accolades and things that I've done, and, you know, say whatever you feel you like about them.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for jumping on here. Man, I can't believe we're almost to an hour here, but I'm just going to keep going. And thank you so much for asking those questions. That was great. And let's go over to Randy. Your name has come up several times throughout this Q&A, so glad to finally get to you, brother. How you doing?
I am. I couldn't be better.
Awesome.
I couldn't be better. Jackie seeked me out 2 days ago, so it was on a couple times ago, and I would have never guessed that would have happened in my network marketing career, where somebody else seeked me out. But just for anybody else that's watching right now, it can happen. You know, for 3 years, nothing happened for me and my wife Beth, and life has changed since I met Melody back in December, and right now I'm looking at my monitor on my desk here for my check dated 3/25/2015. That's $534.40.
Awesome, man.
You know, and you know, I had a pretty good job before I lost it in the produce business, and I was probably making close to $1,000 a week. Not too bad for a non-college guy who paid his dues, but this is a heck of a lot more fun.
Yes,
I met a lot of great people in my career, but the people I've met over the last 3-4 months is unbelievable, and some get it, some don't, but the people that are in UP, my friend Danielle I talked to this morning for, I don't know, an hour. We just chewed the fat on a Google Hangout, just the two of us, just catching up from me being gone last week. But anyway, for the folks that are out there that are just watching, it's possible. It really is. And I just know with the support we have and people talking to each other teammates and filling in and it's that's all I gotta say. But it's been an awesome ride, and I can't wait to. It's every day's a new day.
Yeah.
And I wake up with a smile on my face, especially after I have my coffee. But that's all I wanted to say, Robert. And thank you for your help yesterday. And I know many more times we'll talk. And if you saw the look on Anthony's face yesterday when you popped on, as Jackie knows, it was like, oh my gosh. So anyway, thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us, and that is a pretty unique feeling, isn't it? When somebody actually seeks out you and asks you to sign up with you or ask you what you're doing. You know, I know being in network marketing for 10 years, I've never actually had that happen till Unlimited Profits, and I knew we had something special because I started working with my dad. You know, just starting to put videos up and really not even, you know, getting into Unlimited Profits too much, just promoting some of the videos. And believe it or not, I don't know how many people have heard this story, but I got an email on my phone while I was in the hospital while Ryder was being born. And the email was, you have a new lead at Unlimited Profits. And I was going, oh, wow, well, that's kind of cool. And, of course, not looking at my phone. You know, the next day after Ryder was born, I'm going through my emails and my messages while Amy and him are sleeping, and one of the emails says, congratulations, you have a new pro. What? I had a stranger that seeked me out, went to my website, went through the videos, saw value and upgraded by themselves. That was the first time that's ever happened to me in 10 years. And after that, I was going, all right, Dad, done. You got me. Time to build Unlimited Profits, you know. So it is a unique feeling. And I know, you know, just like with Randy, and I know it's happened to Melody and everybody else, you know, you continue to keep going through that and putting yourself out there. It'll happen to you as well. So thank you so much, Randy, for sharing, man. I really appreciate that. You know, over $500, man. I as of right now, you know, you want to think about how many people made over $500 a month residual. What is this, your second or third month? Going into third month, right? Yeah, going into the third month. Yeah, to somebody say that in my third month in a company I was making over $500 a month residual income, dude, you're like in the top 5% of all network marketers in the world right now. So congratulations, man. So cool. So we'll go all the way back here. Danielle's been sitting there patiently. I know George will get to you and we'll close it out as well. So how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. As you can see, I've been sick, so I sound like a totally different person right now, but got the big old smile. And I have a question. We've been getting some different suggestions today, and I thought this would be a good question to put out because I think that some people have the challenge. I have a really easy time getting people on the phone or on Google Hangouts, but there's a lot of people that don't have that ability. It's really difficult for them. People sign off. You know, I'm hearing this from different people, and I'm looking for some suggestions that you might be able to give them that may turn it around where they're not coming up against that objection any longer.
You're saying it's hard for them to get them on the phone?
Yeah, they're like, for example, I have some people on the team that are just every time they're getting to the point that they feel like, okay, let's chat on a Google Hangout or whatever, crickets. all of a sudden they're losing the person. And, you know, is there a day training we can go back to? Is there something else that I can suggest? Because I don't come across that very often myself, but, you know, I'm not sure how I can help them maybe from a different standpoint that would turn it around for them.
That's a very interesting question, and maybe I can even, you know, have Melody chime in a little bit on this as well. But from my perspective, outside in looking at it, would be that they haven't got to that point with the communication and building a relationship with them yet, where they feel comfortable. You know, because you know, it could be various of reasons. You know, they maybe just need to practice a little bit more. They might be rushing it, or that person, you know, because at the end of the day, the only reason why somebody wouldn't jump on a Google Hangout or a phone call with you is because they don't feel comfortable to. So, you know, you kind of get over that barrier of where they really feel comfortable and okay with it. And, you know, maybe even I know that sometimes Google Hangout is a stretch. So maybe the first point of contact would be like a phone call. You know, hey, how's it going? Listen, hey, I just wanted to touch base with you on the phone to get you to get to know you better. Or another good one is saying, oh my gosh, you know, you know, texting takes so long. You know, I'd love to just chat with you for 5 minutes on the phone. You know, and then once you get that communication established over the phone, then move on to the Hangout. But yeah, I know even for people that I've talked to, the number one reason why they don't want to jump on a Google Hangout is they just don't feel comfortable with you enough yet. Because now all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I'm vulnerable. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, does my hair look good? What does the background look like? Are they, you know, is this person a weirdo? Is this all set up for them to just, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that go through people's heads, and it was only just because they don't feel comfortable with you enough. And maybe you just got to keep working on that relationships, because you know, I know it's not duplicatable, but why you have no problem doing it is, you know, just like with Melody, you guys are people that just light up a room, that people have, you get a good energy from them. You're very, I guess, how would the word, like bubbly, you know, life of the party. You're laughing. You make people. You're the kind of people that make people feel comfortable immediately, and that's why I feel. Oh yeah, you want to jump on a Hangout with Danielle? Of course I will. Well, if the conversation's kind of awkward on Facebook, how's it going to be in person? So it's really maybe just going back to continuing to practice on building that relationship, building rapport with people, you know, really getting them to know that you care, and then leading into the Hangout. Yeah. Also with the Hangouts, I normally, another thing that could probably help too is I would normally want people in the back office seeing the videos first before you initially try to get them on a Hangout. Not only that, but even taking the pressure off of you. So, oh my gosh, I saw that you saw some of the videos, and you know, you seem like such an amazing person. What I'd love to do is introduce you to Melody. I'd love to introduce you to Danielle. I'd love to introduce you to Robert Jr. So take the pressure off of them, where now the whole interaction is for you to introduce them to the expert, the leader. And now, well, hey, what do you mean? Well, you can't join this FaceTime chat or Facebook chat. Do you have any idea how busy Danielle is, or how awesome Melody is? My gosh, just the simple fact that she take the time to get on a Hangout, you know, that Danielle would take the time to get on a Hangout with you. My gosh, you can't wait for you to meet her. Well, now it's like, okay, well, now it's like they got to jump on Google Hangout because they need to meet this person. So, you know, there's a couple different, you know, ways to answer that. I know it's because it's probably really different for everybody, but does that kind of help out at all?
Yeah, I agree, and I was just thinking about that, because one of the things that really has helped me a lot is I let them get to know who I am as well. One of the very first things that I do is I send them the interview I did with Robert, with your dad.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh my gosh, and you're working with this? And I was just telling Melody that today. This girl was like, oh, I love this guy. I didn't even tell your dad's story. I said, oh, you got to watch the video. He's going to tell you everything. I said, kind of in a hurry right now. And now she's like, when do I get to talk to you? And so it was that different approach. So, you know, I try to think of the way I'm doing things. Sometimes it may be the little tweak, but that was a perfect answer.
You know what, though? That is huge, though. It's funny. I didn't even think about that, answering that question. I always say that on the live lead calls, is how valuable a video is, because now they can get to know you and see you and see what it's like in real life, and there's like an immediate connection that happens because they, regardless, if you guys are pros, if you haven't done an interview with Dad yet, shame on you, but even if it's just a video of saying, hey everybody, this is Robert Hollis Jr. I just want to, when I say making a welcome video for your leads, everybody watching this has no idea that speaks volumes to people. So thank you, Danielle, for bringing that up. I think, yeah, that's definitely a must for people. As you're building that relationship, hey, I want to send you this welcome video, just something small, so they can really get to know you through that. So great. Anything else, Melody, that you want to chime in on with that?
Just that I think maybe sometimes people are going too fast with people, and I know Danielle and I, we can just meet somebody just start chatting with somebody on Facebook. And because we are kind of open and letting them see who we are without trying to, get them in something, getting them to look at a link, we can get them on a Google Hangout just to talk, just to build that rapport, which goes a lot faster. But, yeah, I think we have to keep in mind, too, and I know I do, there are sometimes when people want to do Google Hangout with me and I don't want to get on. I'm going, oh, no, I am not ready for the world right now to be on a camera. So, but that's my thing, that's just me. So we have to people have that. Maybe you have to think too, when we're on a hangout, it's kind of a safe zone because we're on the internet, but hey guys, you're in my home. Now I'm welcoming you into my home. And some people don't want to welcome us into their home. So we just have to keep that in mind, and just really, if you're struggling, just edify, keep dripping on them like I did with Danielle. That's it.
Awesome, great points, and you're so right. That's funny. I think we get so used to doing Google Hangouts sometimes. It's like, yeah, it's like when you're talking, I'm in your office with you. Hey, I'm there. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, is your dog still sleeping on the couch because he's normally back there?
On the floor.
Thank you, Melody, for bringing that up. So hopefully that helped you guys out. And Danielle, that's a great question, because I don't know if there's any really even specific training in the back office that covers that, is how to bridge that gap of building relationship to get them on a Google Hangout. So thank you so much for bringing that up. I appreciate that. And so next person, Mr. George, too. I know you've been patiently waiting, brother. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing good. My question is, so I'm adding new people, and they're new, and I'm building relationships with them. But I want to be able to get to the $1 million question as fast as I can. How can I do that? Is there anything I could say, or some kind of connection I could create real fast, or anything like that?
That just takes time, and it's not only time, but you get better and better at it. Just like somebody like Melody and Danielle can get somebody on a hangout just like that, is because they practice their craft a lot. Now, there's a couple different ways that I'll answer this. Is that I say it a lot of times in our training, is that you can always smell a salesman a mile away, can't you? And sometimes when you're talking to somebody that even though they might seem genuine, that you kind of feel like they have a hidden agenda. So if in your mind, when you're reaching out to people and building relationships with them, is I can't wait to ask them the $1 million question. I can't wait to ask them the $1 million question. I got to hurry up and do this, and I can't wait to. They can feel it, bro. Whether you know it or not. So you can't go into it thinking, well, how fast can I get to the $1 million question with this person? It's how fast can I build a relationship and get comfortable with them, okay? Right. Because you'll know when the time is right to ask them the question. Now another way to handle that is, how do I get to it faster? Is very simply just asking people questions. And asking them the right questions. So, questions like, well, who's teaching you how to make money online? Or, wow, are you making a full-time income with your company yet? Who is your mentor? Have you ever heard of, a GoPro? Or, asking them certain kind of questions where if their answer is, well, nobody's teaching me how to make money online. And what people don't understand about the $1 million question is it doesn't have to be always make extra money. It can be, who do you know that wants to learn how to make money online? Who do you know that wants to learn a more duplicatable system so you can work from home? You know, who do you know of somebody that would love to listen to a millionaire mentor? See, it doesn't always have to be make extra money, because what if they're making a lot of money? What if I said to Andrew Eaton, here's a guy that's a top income earner at another company, you know, who do you know that needs to make extra money? I'm making tons of money, my group's doing great, and if I find anybody that needs to make extra money, I put him in my company. Well, who do you know that would like to learn how to use the internet to have a duplicatable system to help their group grow faster? Me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does.
Yeah, so so now I'm kind of asking them questions. You know, it's like, you know, would you like to be full-time in network marketing? Are you making the kind of money you thought you would? You know, is the training at your company teaching you everything you need to know? You know, what do you think your holdup is? Why aren't you making full-time income? So you can lead a conversation, and I'm sure Melody does this, as you're getting to know them, lead them on to a path of, you know, what you can help them out with in their current network marketing company. Yeah, forum, exactly. So does that help you out, George?
Yeah, it does. It helps out a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Once again, practice, man. There's some people that I can get to the $1 million question in literally less than a couple minutes. It's like, hey, how you doing? Oh, great, happy birthday. You know, how's life treating you? Oh, amazing. You know, hey, I saw that you're with, you know, a certain company. How's that going? Ah, it's going all right. What do you mean all right? Well, you know, not really making that good of money on there. You interested in learning how to make money fast online? Yes. Here's my link. I mean, bam. You know, but it's sometimes you can feel the way the conversation's going. Other people, it might take some time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's different. There's 16 different personality types, and everybody's different. Every conversation's different, and every situation is different.
Got it.
So practice. I saw Melody put that over there. So thank you. So cool. So last person is Doug. I was about to close it out because I know we're already over an hour, but one of my favorite people jumped on, so I'll close it out with you, brother. How you doing?
Oh, if I was any better, vitamins would be eating me.
There you go, man.
So,
how's it going?
Let's see. This question does not pertain to UP. It pertains to, okay, it's a two-parter. The first part does. What will you be using the interviews and, that we did for you?
The interviews are going to be make an amazing video for the company.
Okay.
Yep, it's going to be everybody's. The best way that I could explain it is kind of like edited, like how the movie The Secret is. So everybody's full testimonial won't be in the video, but certain parts of it will. You know, so, you know, example, it would be, it's like the second question is, what'd you do before unlimited profits? Well, the point of the video is to show how many different types of personalities, how many different walks of life, how many people with different scenarios is now making money with unlimited profit. So it's like, you know, coming to question 2 is, you know, what'd you do before unlimited profits? You have somebody come up and go, well, hi, I was a stay-at-home mom, but I never had enough money to do the things I wanted to. Cut. I had an amazing job. I just had no time to spend with my family. Cut. You know, I tried network marketing and always failed. Cut. And it's just, so it's going to be, you know, all what I think I have 27 interviews now, all shoved down into like a 10-minute video.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so it's just going to be the best sound bites of everybody's different parts of the testimonial. It's going to be, and it's going to take me some time to edit. I think I finally, and for everybody watching this, if there's somebody out there that's a diamond, or even somebody that just has an amazing story that I didn't get a chance to get to, or if you know somebody with an amazing story, let me know, because the cutoff is I gotta have the cutoff probably the next couple days so I can start editing, and because that's going to take some time to do that. So I can't wait. It's going to be, I really believe it's going to be one of the things that you know, I know we have a lot of momentum right now, but just really going to skyrocket us to the next level because, you know, when you get a really, really good story and a story that can resonate with somebody, they don't even need to know how or what the product is or how they make money. They're ready to join, you know, and you hear a story like yours or Melody's or, I mean, look at how many stories we have. You know, even Randy's, you know, how many people watch Randy's story and go, oh my gosh, I struggled for years in network marketing. I've never made a dime. He joined this and learned how to make $500 residual in 3 months. I'm in. Well, don't you want to know what the product is? I'll figure it out later. You know, so yeah, facts tell, stories sell. I'm sure you guys heard that a million times, right? So that's what we're going to do it for.
Great. Part 2. Are you wearing your safety gear when you're going out skating? Looks like that elbow is missing some skin.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah, I need you all in one piece.
Hey, I told someone the other day, as long as my vocal cords and my face is okay, I'll be doing all right.
Okay.
Thank you, though. I appreciate it, brother.
You bet. You have a great time at the park tonight.
Oh, well, not tonight. My 30-year-old body can only take once a week for me, so.
Oh.
Well, cool. Well, with that said, thank you so much, Doug, and everybody else that participated. I think this was an absolutely amazing Q&A, and you know, really, if it wasn't for you guys participating, we wouldn't have such a great platform here. So I know we went a little bit over today. I like to keep these to the hour, but I thought we just had such a great time and had so many great questions that I figured we'd just keep going. So with that said, signing off. Hopefully everybody knows tomorrow at 6 Pacific Standard Time is the Pro Show, and for all the diamonds and above, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Friday is the Diamond Show, my favorite day of the week. I love getting on there. I know there's some new faces that are going to be on there, so super, super excited. And everybody have a wonderful and blessed night, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Pro Show. God bless.